Hello everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this webinar on how to bootstrap your email marketing with the help of Zoho Campaigns. Before getting started, let me introduce myself here. I am Aravindan. I am a product marketer for Zoho Campaigns and I will be your host for today. I also have a couple of support colleagues alongside me. They are here to answer all your questions. Just write down your questions using the questions option being displayed on your screen now, and we will be answering them out promptly. We do have a dedicated Q&A session once the presentation is over so that you could find answers to all your questions related to this presentation or Zoho campaigns in general. So without any further ado, let's get the ball rolling now. This is what we will be discussing for today. Initially, we'll be discussing how you can manage your email contacts, and secondly, we will be discussing about how and why you should segment your audience after a point of time, and how you can create email marketing campaigns that are both effective and relevant. Finally, about how you can boost your engagement levels with the help of automation features. To make things a lot easier for you, I'm going to explain different concepts using a use case here. Let's assume that there is a eatery called Zilker. Zilker is a company that ventures into food and beverage, and let's also assume that I am at the helm of their email marketing. So now, as an email marketer, I'm going to follow certain steps, and I'm pretty sure that the steps that I am going to discuss could help you bootstrap your email marketing process. Now, first off, I'm going to organize all the email contacts that I have. I have stored those contacts externally. Now I'm going to bring them into Zoho Campaigns. Contact details have been stored in a CSV file format. Now I'm going to import it into Zoho Campaigns. And I'm going to do that with the help of this module called contacts. It is something which helps me to manage my email contacts completely. Let me import the contacts now. For that, I'm going to create a mailing list first. Let me name it as Zilker existing contacts. And once it is done, my contacts will be imported into my mailing list seamlessly. And while creating a mailing list, I will need to enter a description here. This description becomes the footer message of my emails. It is always good to enter the footer message saying why your subscribers are receiving this email from you, so that the transparency between you and your subscribers increases. Let me enter my message here now. I'm going to enter my message as you are receiving this email as you are a customer of Zilker. Now this message will be displayed across all the email campaigns of mine. Let me proceed now. So I'm going to import the contacts now. For that, I'm going to use this from computer option as my contact details have been stored in my computer. Let me import those now. And the process has started. As you can see, all the details that are present inside the file have been mapped into the mailing list under Zoho Campaigns. These are the details: contact email, first name, last name, company name, phone, city, etc. Now let me start the process now. Though the import has been completed now. The next step is obviously growing my email database organically. For that, I'm going to turn to sign-up forms. Sign-up forms is one of the most trusted practices to grow your email database organically. So now I'm going to create a sign-up form and I'm going to embed it across my main platforms to grow my email database organically. So for that, I'm going to use the same contacts model, and under that, a sign-up option is present. Let me create a sign-up form now. As you could see, Zoho Campaigns allows you to create sign-up forms in different sizes. I'm going to go with the long forms option. Let me use this form now. And you are also allowed to edit the details that are present inside this sign up form. And these are, you could mandate different fields as well. That is completely up to you. And you could edit the structure of this sign up form also. I am pretty much happy with the details that are displayed here. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to proceed to the next step. And as you could see, you are also provided with the option of customizing different messages that come under the double opt-in process. With so many regulations around, we recommend you to go with the double opt-in process always. So this is the initial sign up thank you page message. That is, once a contact enters your mailing list through your sign up form, this message will be displayed to him, and the message will say that a confirmation link has been sent to his email, and he has to go there and access the link to make sure that he expresses his consent to receive email newsletters from you. The next step, the next thing is the confirmation email message. You could edit this as well, and this is how it will look. You can anytime edit this, and once the contact is done with the confirmation process also, he will be displayed with a separate thank you message for confirming his consent through email. Now I'm going to proceed. To activate the sign up form, I will need to associate it with the mailing list. This is the mailing list which I created a couple of minutes before, so I'm going to use it. So it has been associated and the code has been generated. You have to just copy this code and embed it across different platforms that drive traffic for you. And we also provide you the option of customizing the code to suffice your business needs. You might have different needs, and we understand that, and we provide you with the option of customizing the code. So just copy this code and paste it across different platforms where generally you experience good user traffic. So process has been completed now, sign up form. So the next basic step that I'm going to do as an email marketer for Zilker is I'm going to segment my audience. Now let us assume that I have attained a significant number of email contacts. They have grown over a period of time. So now I'm going to segment them. Once the size of my audience increases, I need to segment them to send out highly targeted email campaigns. So now I'm going to segment my email contacts. For that, I need to choose the mailing list first, and let me use the same mailing list which I created. Here it is. Now let me segment my audience under, say, the city condition. Because people are so reliant towards the internet these days, they receive a huge number of emails in their inbox. With this being the case, you will need to send out highly targeted email campaigns to stand out from the rest. The fundamental step for sending out targeted email campaign is to classify your audience with the information you have about them. Because your contacts will be at different points in the sales cycle, segmenting them first and then sending out tailored email campaigns really helps in improving your engagement level. I'm going to segment my contacts under the geography. So let me name the segment now. Region based segment is what I'm going to name it. And let me choose the criteria now. As I said, I'm going to classify my email audience based on the city. If city is New York, is what the condition I am giving. So now, as you could see, my contacts who belong to the New York region have been segmented. So now I can send out different email campaigns to them, target them in a distinct manner instead of just sending same email campaigns to everyone. Now that I had a minimal number of email contacts, I was able to segment them easily just by specifying one condition. But what if my email contacts are significant in number? What if I have 50,000 email contacts? At that time, I won't be able to create segments after segments. So for that, to overcome that problem, I'm going to create a bulk segment. This is how I'm going to do it. I have to choose the mailing list again first. Let me choose the same mailing list. And here is the bulk segment option. I just have to specify the condition here. Just choose one of the fields and my contacts will be segmented accordingly. Let me choose the same city option. Let me name it also. And once I select the save option, my contacts will be automatically segmented based on the city name. As you could see, it has created 4 segments for me now. I just specify the condition, and upon a single click, 4 segments have been created automatically. This is how bulk segmentation normally works. And now the basics have been done. I'm going to do something which is also very fundamental. And as an email marketer, it is very essential to authenticate my domain even before I start sending out email campaigns. Because for my strategies to work, I must first make sure that my emails are landing in my contacts inbox. And domain authentication is something which will play an instrumental role in improving my email deliverability. If I don't authenticate my domain, there are high chances that the spam filters could treat my email as a spam trap. But how do I authenticate my domain? I do it with the help of SPF and DKIM mechanism. SPF is more of a validation mechanism. By setting up a SPF record, you will be specifying the list of email addresses that represent you or your organization. This way, the receiving end server could recognize you as a safe sender because you are already validating your email's point of origin. Under the DKIM mechanism, a special header will be added to your email. The same encrypted email, after reaching the receiver side server, undergoes the same description process and is checked for the private key on the header. If the private key is found, you are considered a safe sender. But now that the basics have been covered, I am going to create an offer to boost my sales. I'm going to create 2 different versions of my offer message and send it out to a small segment of audience. The version that works the best can thereafter be sent to the large segment of audience. As you can see, I'm going to use the campaigns option here. We have 3 different types of campaigns. Regular campaigns is something which helps you to send out normal email campaigns. Social campaigns is something which helps you increase the visibility of your email campaigns. You can create email campaigns and share it across different social platforms you maintain. And advanced campaign is something which helps you to create the next level of engagement with your audience. I'm going to access advanced campaigns option now. Let me create a campaign. Here is my A/B testing campaign option. Let me name it as it is for Zilka. As you can see, you can run your A/B testing campaign based on 3 parameters, which is subject line, sender details, and email content. If you are going to go with the email content option, you need to create 2 different email content. Now I'm going to go with the subject line parameter. You can choose the size of your test audience, and here are the criteria that you can specify. You can also choose the duration of your A/B test campaign. I'm going to go with 2 hours. Let me create two different subject lines now. This will help me to identify how I should write my subject lines for my future email campaigns also. Now let me enter my name here, and once I enter the next button, I will need to create an email message and my experiment can start anytime. Now let's say that the experiment was carried out for 2 days and version B ended up as the winner, and I'm going to use this version for my main offer. Now the procedure has been completed. Let me create a separate offer message for my audience. For that, I'm going to turn to automation features. Let me quickly give you a gist of all the autoresponders that Zoho Campaigns has. Zoho Campaigns has around 7 set of autoresponders, each capable of triggering certain emails at the specified date and time, and have that initial interaction with my new contacts. All I have to do is create a message and set a date and time. So once a new email contact enters into my mailing list, the messages will be triggered automatically. Date field autoresponders helps me to send birthday wishes, anniversary wishes, and holiday wishes to my subscribers, provided you have that particular information about them, which is, say, the date of birth or the date of subscription, for instance. Email action responders is actually one of the main and mostly used features under Zoho Campaigns autoresponders offering. So it helps me to trigger different messages based upon the activities of my contacts. We can create follow-up messages for different actions like open, click, and more. Now for creating offer for my Zilker contacts, I'm going to go with the cyclic autoresponder option. I'm going to make the email offer to trigger automatically once in a month. For that, I'm using this cyclic autoresponder. Let me name it as, and I have to choose the mailing list as well. So now, once I set the message up, the email campaign will be recurring on the time frame which I specify. Let me create the series now, and I'm going to name it as Friday offer. And as you would know, I wanted to recur on a weekly basis, and the day I'm going to choose is Friday. And I can choose different time zones as well. Now let me create the campaign now. Let me name it as special offer for Zilker contacts. The subject line that I'm going to use is the same, which is the subject line I'm going to use is the one which won under that A/B testing experiment. So it is eat without burning a hole in your pocket. Let me enter my name. Zoho Campaigns offers many pre-designed templates for you to make things very easy and simple. And as you can see, there are many different categories. Since it's an offer-based campaign, I'm going to go with the typical business template. Let me use this template. So now let's assume that this is going to be my offer message, my email content. And before sending this out, I am in a need to personalize it well. Personalization is something which helps me to stand out in my customer's inbox. As I was discussing earlier, the competition is immense now. As I discussed, as I discussed earlier, my contacts tend to receive huge number of emails. So for me to stand out in their inbox, I need to personalize my email campaigns well. So for that, I'm going to turn to merge tags. Merge tags really help me in personalizing my email campaigns. So let me go with the contact merge tag. It helps me to include my customer's first name automatically. Merge tags are small tags which pulls in the data of your contacts from the contact field. Now it has been created, and if I have the first name information about my contact, it will be added automatically here. Apart from this, I can also use vcard merge tag for my offer message campaign. Now let's assume that some of my audience are engaging really well with my email messages. So what I can do is I can try to win their trustworthiness by including a vcard merge tag. Vcard is generally an attachment, and once my contacts download the attachment, I will be considered a safe sender. My details will be uploaded in their contacts list, and I will be considered a safe sender. So let me proceed now. So now once I add a pre-header here and proceed with the and now once I add the pre-header here and proceed with the next steps, which is sending it for review, I will be in a position to launch my email campaigns immediately. So now let's assume that this campaign was carried out for a month. So now I'm going to identify my contacts who interacted with my offer campaigns really well. If I do that, I can reward the active-most contacts with additional offers for really engaging with my email campaigns well. So now I'm going to identify who my active contacts were during my offer campaigns. And for that, I will have to choose the mailing list again. Use the segment option and choose campaign activity field. So the condition that I'm going to specify is identify my active contacts who opened all my email campaigns last month. When my offer campaign was created, and now this will help me to identify the list of active contacts during my offer campaign. Now let me name it as active contacts. A segment has been created now. Now I can classify this. A segment has been created now. Now I can try engaging with my active contacts by sending more email campaigns and more targeted email campaigns and drive more sales. So that is how I pretty much went about my job for Zilker as an email marketer. But while running the offer campaign, as an email marketer, I also realized that I should nurture my new email contacts as well. While I send out different email campaigns to, as an email marketer, I understand that I should nurture my new email contacts as well. While I send out different offers to my existing contacts, engaging with my new contacts is also important. That is why I'm going to set up a separate campaign for them using workflow automations. Let me create a workflow now. As you can see, Zoho Campaigns offer 3 types of workflow automation. And all you have to do using workflows is you have to specify a condition. And once the condition is met, then the action you specify will be performed, be it sending out email campaigns, or be it moving them to a new mailing list, everything. Now I'm going to go with instant workflow option. Let me pick it up now. And I'm going to name it as campaign for my new contacts. Let me choose the mailing list as well. And I'm going to specify the condition. If the opt-in is true, then send email to them. And I'm going to set the time as send immediately. And now I have to configure the content, and once the content is configured, a contact upon entering into my mailing list will be receiving the email from me. So that is pretty much about it. And as you can see, this is the same set of procedures that will be repeated for every campaign that you create. So that is pretty much about it. So thank you so much for attending this webinar. Thank you so much for your time. In case you have any questions, you could write to me at aravindan.s@zohocorp.com, and of course our support team is there always to help you out. So you could reach them at any time using the handle support@zohocampaigns.com.